Yeah, everything in Rick's life is on E.
Okay, that's how we're going to start.
We'll start there.
Welcome to Seattle Smoke Show podcast. Everything in Rick's life is on E. Especially his bladder right now, because he's in the middle of emptying it. Where the fuck do I start, bud? Today's Friday. The 7th. Happy Friday.
Happy first Friday of the month.
Is it the first?
It is. I only know that because that's mine and my wife's date night.
Oh, nice.
First Friday of the month.
Date night? That sounds sexy.
Well, the only reason that we picked that because when we first started doing a date night, we found this sex toy shop that puts on a free...
I knew it was sexy.
Everybody show up and they just do...
Sexy stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's free. It's just a kind of show up there thing. And it's the first Friday of every month. And it's like 10 minutes from here. So...
That's pretty wild.
We would just show up there the first Friday of the month for like...
Yeah.
Almost 2 years. We went every single time.
Yeah, there you go, fellas. Find yourself a girl who will go to sex shows with you.
Word.
So there's some scary things that happen at those sex shows.
Doesn't matter. Still counts.
That's
an experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah. Fucking good one, too.
Some terrifying and dark things happen in the vaults of that location.
So I got the first thing that we've got to smoke right over here.
Did we intro it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the intro.
No, we already did that. We're way ahead. You're behind.
Yeah.
He's filling back up now.
Yeah, you were too busy playing with your dick.
Well, you know.
So the first thing that we're going to smoke is some Hoth Wampa from Downtown Cannabis with some classic hash Tropicana Gold from American Hash Makers on top of it.
What was that first name?
Hoth Wampa. Sounds
like something out of Star Wars. That's some Ewok weed right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's no Ewoks on Hoth.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Oh, wait, no. Hoth's the frozen one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I waited all day so we could smoke these samples. Try to figure out how much I like them or not.
Sorry, all you Star Wars nerds for messing that up.
You should be ashamed
Your
of
apology
yourself.
is accepted on behalf of the Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's not.
I was going to say, you call yourself a Star Wars nerd?
You should be.
No.
Well, he's an everything other nerd. I mean, you see, it's D&D stuff all over.
Just a big
I'm
nerd
a
nerd.
nerd. I'm just a general purpose nerd.
You're what we call a nerd's nerd.
I'm a nerd's nerd.
There you go.
I know a little bit about all the geeky shit.
That's my new thing. That's my new thing. Everything is a thing.
80s.
Revenge of the Nerds. Oh, God.
Like that kind of a nerd. Not like a Elon Musk type of nerd.
No, those are cool nerds. He's barely a nerd.
That's true.
One of my favorite things. The CEO of Boeing put out a thing saying, we are going to beat Elon Musk to Mars. And I saw this as a screen grab. I don't know if it's actually accurate, but I like to think that it is. But the first response to it was from Elon Musk, and all he said was, do it, pussy.
Nice. Nice.
I hope he's that witty. Really, I do.
I promise Elon will be the last person to get guillotined when the revolution comes.
Dude, Boeing has done some crazy stuff. There are tunnels still under Boeing that lead to random places. During World War II, they completely redid their... Wow, James.
I know.
Disrespectful on the podcast.
My bad. My ringtones are too hot.
Yeah. They took whole neighborhoods around Boeing Field right now, and they completely... they made fake neighborhoods to make them look like they were houses, made up fake stuff to make it look like...
To try and confuse the Japanese.
So they were missile, stuff underneath and things like that. Like,
it's smart.
Yeah.
All warfare is based on deception.
Well, and there are Air Force companies.
Where'd you get that? The Art of War?
Yeah, it's from Sun Tzu.
God.
Wow.
I was just going to throw it out there and not say anything.
That's a classic right there. Classic fucking murderers.
Starting to sound like Joe Biden. Like plagiarism.
Oh, jeez.
And I just said who it was.
That's true.
Yeah, because you got caught.
Well, before I could say anything, he said who it was.
I caught him.
Because you got caught.
I caught him.
So this is also a story from someone else.
Someone else?
A guy named Todd Pearl has decided that he is going to draw every cannabis strain known to mankind.
Draw?
Draw.
Like with your hand?
Draw with pen, paper. Gonna draw.
Why?
Every single cannabis strain known to mankind.
He
believes he can do it because he already has 24 of them drawn. There's only about 700 to go.
Well, that's not that many. He's got...
I feel like
new ones being created.
I was going to say, yeah. They literally make them all the time.
Now, if you drew the name, that would make more sense.
That's dumb, too.
It is dumb. It's a terrible idea all the way around.
I mean, he could draw each of the land races, perhaps.
What he should do is draw like a giant family tree. Where it all like spreads out.
Dude, that would be cool.
Right?
Start with the land races and then just move out. from there into the different crosses and stuff.
Honestly,
that's
if he was smart, he would take that idea, and instead of drawing them like some kind of fucking nerd, he should do some kind of like...
What is it with the vitriol for nerds here?
Serious.
Nerds always
He should do some type of like 360 view, so you can like... So in the tree, you can like look at it and spin it around, see what the original one looks like, and then split it off. So
but then it's on a computer. That's not art. That's programming.
Shut up,
it's on your
future
iPhone.
man. Whoa. Don't discriminate against the art right now. Just because it's 2D and not 3D.
I don't believe that at all.
Now you're making...
I play video games daily. I'm all about digital art.
Now you're making the hipster nerds mad.
Serious. How many nerds are you going to make angry, David?
Fuck. All of them. Until they vote me their leader.
Is that how nerds work?
I think so. Nice. I don't know. I'm still waiting for the vote.
Who's the biggest celebrity nerd?
Biggest celebrity nerd.
I'm going...
Probably Michael Cera.
Who looks like the biggest celebrity nerd?
Looks
or who
like.
Is?
Real nerd.
Oh, real? Then that would be the girl from Big Bang Theory.
Wow, there's 3 of them. But yeah, let's just identify them as...
No. Not the one with the high-pitched voice, and
That's
not the
not
one
helpful.
who's dumb in the show. The one who plays the
You
less smart.
mean not the hot one?
The woman that's
not
actually...
the hot one that's super worldly, that's not super educated.
The one that's actually a scientist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name.
She dated Sheldon.
Yeah, I can't
think
think of her actual.
I'm going Bill Nye. Boom.
Wait, what's her
Famous
name?
and nerd. And nerd.
Shauna, maybe.
Who the fuck is Shauna?
I don't know.
Oh, that's her
I don't
name?
know. She was like she went to college and like studied stuff.
Like,
Yeah, that's
I don't
most
want
people do.
to. No, I don't want to quote her shit wrong, but she was one of the most educated people on the show.
Nice. Okay.
In fact, somebody
her name was Amy on the show.
asked
But
her.
it's Mayhem
Uh,
Bialik.
Miami Alec. Somebody asked her in an interview.
She has a PhD
do
in
people like
neuroscience.
walk up to you and expect you to be able to do calculus? And she's like, "Well, actually, I have a degree in this, and I can do calculus."
Neuroscience.
Nice. Neuroscience.
Yeah,
If you're a
she's super
neuroscientist,
smart.
what the fuck are you doing in TV shows?
Making all of the fucking money. Do you know how successful that show was?
I just think it's
they
easy.
just went out on top.
Well, yeah, they made $1 million an episode each one.
Maybe in the last season.
No, the last 3 or 4 seasons, bro.
They've been hugely popular for quite a while.
I get it. It's fucking TV horse.
They made all of the money, and now they're
And I mean
big
all
on
of them, not just the women. They're
They
all
make like
TV
24 a year.
Yeah.
13 to 24.
Horrors is gender neutral, by the way.
Is it?
Like,
Yeah,
dude,
it is.
It is.
It is.
You're a horror, Rick.
We have
Well,
always
that's-
we have
it is a
always
weekend.
used it pretty gender neutral. It's about an attitude.
It's only on the weekends that
Whoring is a state of
whore
mind.
down. Yeah,
That's right.
it's true. We should all try to be more hoary.
No, I don't know. That's where I was going with that.
You
I
did.
don't know.
You did.
Don't get me wrong. I'm
That
very-
is what the moral of the story from James is. Everyone should just be in that state of mind of the.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very pro whore, but I don't know if you should aspire to be a whore. But if you're gonna be a whore, be the best whore.
Right.
There you go.
The number
That's
one.
all- that's all
You
it
gotta
is.
be the number one hoe.
Speaking of hoe,
Uh-oh.
in Woodland Park Zoo, they have this giraffe that's just pumping out babies.
Whoa.
And
Giraffe
they
horse.
finally in the last couple hours were like, all right, we gotta put her on birth control.
Is that real?
Yeah, for real.
Okay,
Yeah, the
so
giraffe
just
on
in
birth
case you're
control.
wondering, if you're a giraffe, you can get free, affordable birth control. But if you're a real woman,
No, well, it's paid for by the people that are viewing you through a cage. But,
subsidize the birth control
subsidized.
through voyeurism.
Yeah.
Okay? That's pretty much what cam girls do.
Hey,
Boom.
dude,
So
you guys
those
make a lot of
animals
money.
are all cam girls and guys.
In a mass surveillance state, we're all cam girls.
No.
You like that?
I'm telling you, every time Casey and I sit here, every time we start discussing something, if we say anything 2 or 3 times, her phone is like, bling, hey, look, here's this thing that's exactly about the subject we were just talking about. She's like, fuck you, Apple, stop doing me like that.
Yeah, see, they got you. They got you on lock.
Where are we smoking? Let me see.
This is the hash, and
That's on it?
this was the flour, but there's nothing left in either one of them. These were samples that they just give me that I don't have to rate. It's just shit I should know about.
Weird flex, but okay. While Rick's pouring himself out for the internet, I'm going to introduce this beer, which I'm a very big fan of. Red Hook Brewery, somewhere in fucking Washington. I'm all about these local beers.
Yeah, sure, you betcha is their motto.
For this specific beer, which is the Big Ballard Imperial IPA. If you've ever been to Seattle, or if you know Seattle, you know Ballard's a nice... Oh, shit.
I told you they're listening.
See, that's weird.
Dude, all the time.
Alright, well, you told Jeff Bezos to suck my dick. Alright? And then
I even made its name not Alexa because it kept responding to the television because they have shit on the television all the time. It's like, Alexa, do this. Alexa, buy sex lube.
Nice.
So I changed.
Yeah,
my
Alexa
name.
was doing that.
Yeah, right.
The TV was doing.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I told everyone.
That's what.
I don't know if this news will be as popular around the world, but in Whidbey Island, Washington, a family of 4 transient orcas was spotted feeding on a gray whale Saturday. The 4 of them, attacked, tearing this thing apart.
Nice.
The reason that this is weird is because killer whales usually only eat the tongue off of a gray whale and leave the rest to sink to the bottom for other animals to feed on.
Tongue is just a delicacy.
Right.
But
they don't usually eat the rest. They usually leave the rest and just eat the tongue. This one, they ate the shit out of it and followed it all the way, followed it down as it sank.
Must have been hungry.
Must have.
That's pretty fucking nuts.
Casey got me an article about cars that aren't coming back in 2020.
Oh, sad.
And it's like, here's some that we won't miss. And I'm not going to list any of those because they all largely suck. It makes sense that they're all going, every single one of them.
Well, name one.
The Smart 4.2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's 5 people that own that car.
But apparently it's a really good car.
The Mercedes.
By really good, I mean small.
The smart cars are not. They're not the worst cars in the world. I mean,
what's the worst
your
car?
van. Well, his van. That doesn't work.
New car.
Come on.
Well, it was a new car to him when he got it.
That's not true.
Worst new car in the world. Worst new car available in the U.S. I can't ask you in the world because you can't.
Nah.
You can't.
It's got to be
talk about
some
Ladas
Kia.
And
some Kia.
I'm cool with those.
Some Kia.
I'm cool with Kias.
No.
I would rather have. I guarantee I'd rather have whatever that Kia is than a Smart anything. It's got a bigger engine without a doubt.
Yeah, but at least you'll get some cool features in it.
Fucking
You'll get something that's cool inside the car while you're driving to listen to. The system will be good.
In the smart car?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The system?
It's a really small box.
It's not an open system, but I mean it's like a touch.
But you could put a system in your Kia. For probably less than the price difference between the Kia and that smart car, which is probably twice the price of the base model Kia.
No, agreed.
That's true. Kias are pretty cheap.
So for the price of a smart car, you could have a trick the fuck out Kia.
So for not for the smart cars. Without, you just said what is the shittiest new car you could buy? I would probably say some kind of Kia.
I would have
shittiest 2019
new car. I would probably say a Jeep Compass.
Jeep Compasses are pretty shitty too.
Front wheel drive.
It's still 2019. It's going to be fresh.
That's front wheel drive makes no sense.
Right.
0 sense at all. The whole point. It's like a Subaru that's front wheel drive.
Right.
What is the point of that?
Why?
I think it's a gas mileage thing, right?
It's not. Both of those companies are known for full wheel drive vehicles.
Yes,
that's what they do.
Is it only
Subaru does not have a front wheel drive vehicle. They have a rear wheel drive.
One of their
vehicle
Foresters.
No, Subaru does not offer a front wheel drive model.
It was like a 2014. It was a weird off thing they made.
They have a rear wheel drive car that's their little. It's
listen to these fucking car nerds.
Subaru BRZ, which is the Toyota FT86 and the Scion FRS. It's all the same car.
You're just saying letters and numbers now.
That's what they named them. They're shit's stupid name. All the numbers. They actually make a little bit of sense if you really know a stupid amount about cars. But anyway, it's all the same car. It's a little Boxster 4-cylinder Subaru engine. That's a little rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
2-door sports car.
The Subaru Impreza is front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive.
What year? No.
Torque news?
Oh, you know what? It might be. There may be a specific California model or something.
Okay, I don't care about.
You know what? It's in Japan.
In Japan. There you go.
There you go.
In the U.S. So cars that will not be coming back. The Mercedes AMG S65.
Why not? That was a beautiful car.
Here's why. Because the S63 had a 602 horsepower V8. Okay? The S65 had a 621 horsepower V12.
Fucking
so
nice.
for that 19 horsepower, you paid $83,000.
Yeah.
That brought the price of the car to $232,000, and it was slower to 60 than the S63.
Yeah,
that's why it's going.
It's fucking heavy. Yeah.
And Ford has stopped making all cars except the Mustang completely. They have dropped the Focus, the Fiesta, the Fusion,
Escort.
Right. There hasn't been an Escort for a while.
Really?
The Taurus.
They're
dropping all of those in favor of just the Mustang and trucks and SUVs. But that means that Ford no longer has a true entry-level product. Starting next year, their least expensive vehicle is going to be like 30% more than their least expensive vehicle this year. Oh, it goes from Ford Fiesta at $14,000.
That's fucking cheap.
Right, to an EcoSport SUV at $19,900.
That's still pretty cheap. Under 20?
Just barely. $19,995. It's $5. It's $20,000.
Yeah.
For a front-wheel drive 4-cylinder SUV.
Yeah, that's the cheapest Tesla is fucking $22,000.
Tesla's more than that.
The Model 3 just dropped.
The Model 3 is $30,000.
You get that base model.
Google it.
Yeah.
What's the least expensive Model 3 you can get? I guarantee it's $30,000.
You can build your own on the fucking website for like $20,000. 22.
What?
You can grow your own tomatoes for less than you can buy them at the store, too. That doesn't mean you're going to do it.
Still cheaper.
I am, actually. I'm growing tomatoes. And I have blueberries. I'm killing it. I just planted a peach tree.
I'm smoking
on my
DJ
porch.
Shore blueberries, but that's the closest I'm getting. Are we going to smoke that sativa?
Yeah, is that what we're doing?
No, let's start with the foreign stuff so that we can. We've had lots of
I don't
this.
know, man.
The foreigns.
Yeah, but we don't ever do the sativas.
All right.
I just do these up.
Introduce the sativa.
SPP Shatter Joints. You know us. Gotta get one of these. Blue Cynics, though, for James. James, this sativa is coming in at a whopping 34.1%.
Lies.
It's funny.
Total cannabinoids, 40.6%.
Whoa, say that again? Say that number again?
Total THC, 34.1. Total cannabinoids.
Oh, there you go.
40.6. I can speak.
40.6.
This should be enough to get y'all fuzzy.
And see, if weed wasn't legal, we wouldn't have this type of information. It would just be some guy.
Hey, I got some kush, bro.
Yeah. I got some fire.
That's all ever was back in the day.
Right?
Is some kind of kush.
Yeah.
Or
and that one kind. Take it or leave it.
Let's see, what was the other one that we always got? Not Trainwreck. It was Northern Lights. I feel like it was pretty popular around here.
Oh yeah.
And then
because that's
what was it was like a gas one. Diesel, something.
Sour Diesel. Sour Diesel is more of a East Coast strain. Like New York's famous for their Sour Diesel.
We used to get that out here though.
Yeah.
All the time.
New York's a big place. It's true. Now, one car in particular to talk about, the Acura NSX.
This guy.
Acura
that is a beautiful car.
Supercar. I mean, the car is $157,000, okay? Plus $1,800 destination charge. Just your smash money, okay? Options, major options, are the carbon fiber exterior sport package, another $12,000. Carbon ceramic brake rotors with colored calipers, another $10,000. Full leather power sport seats, another $1,000, and Sirium XM satellite radio, $500.
$500? Is that a lifetime series? Shit.
Right? No, I'm sure they still expect you to pay them.
That is a lot for Sirius XM. $500. I better get a lifetime next time.
Dude, that is a lot.
But the car is crazy complex. It has a twin turbo.
So it's Sirius XM.
Yeah.
What he said.
Yeah.
Has a twin turbo, 3.5 V6, 500 horsepower, and then between the engine and the gearbox is a 47 horsepower motor. And two additional motors, each rated at 36 horsepower, power the front, left and right wheels. All separately, all controlled with their own separate.
Oh, that's pretty lit.
And why? To keep the car straight, no matter how hard you throw it. To try to, basically it tries to make up for anything you could possibly throw at it.
Yeah, lost power.
And keep the car driving.
Why are you going 35 in a residential zone?
It's not made for that. It'll do that, but in the test they were like,
but
one thing,
you
it's
can
21
street
miles
legal.
to the gallon. And it is street legal, but it doesn't ride like you want a car to ride on street.
It's fine. I'm just dropping my kid off to school.
It has 4 driving
And
modes.
then fucking smash it out at 200 miles an hour.
I'm just trying to look cool in front of all the other moms.
Nice.
You would look cool in front of all the other moms.
You definitely
but
would look cool in front of all the
you would
moms.
not feel good. It's an uncomfortable car.
I don't know. If you look cool in front of all the other moms, you're going to feel pretty good.
Lambos don't feel good to get in. Well, they do.
Wow, that's
they
the
do feel
dumbest thing I've
really,
ever heard in my life.
They do feel really good to get into.
Anybody
They're not
else want
comfortable.
half a list of video game facts?
Oh, God. Video game facts.
Now, don't read all of them. Just I marked some that were good and tried to underline the relevant information. You can have that one or this one, whichever one.
Dude, I want some quality facts.
I want to hear what you guys think of this, though.
All right.
NASA, the Shell company.
Yeah.
They pay
Shell
everybody.
company?
Yeah, they pay everybody. That NASA.
That NASA.
NASA is to allow tourists to visit the International Space Station from 2020, priced at $35,000 per night.
Okay. Good.
They will allow up to two. They'll allow two private astronauts for up to 30 days per year.
That's pretty lit. I'm trying to go in space. Do some space.
Dude, that would be dope, right?
Space it around.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in favor of that. I'll never be able to afford it, but that would be fucking amazing. If I had that money, I would absolutely spend my money doing that.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Right?
You're not in. I mean, you're in space.
Dude,
but
talk about a date.
Space, I don't think, right?
Take a girl on a date to space. If you're really a baller like that, that's it. Look, girl, if your man tells you you're going anywhere but fucking space, he ain't pimping. Okay, this is a half-ass date.
They better make They better make that other room though. They better make that soundproof, because if they do that, like, all the other astronauts are gonna be hella pissed.
No, there's just gonna be no gravity in that room, and so they're gonna spend the whole night trying to fucking not able to do it.
Nice.
Or maybe they will, and then she'll be super loud, and all the astronauts will hear it because it's really, really small.
It's true. SpaceX.
I bet the rooms are probably airproof. I bet they're soundproof.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably. Well, this would be like a bed chamber. I can't imagine that's airproof. You know what I mean? It's an inside container. The inside is contained, but
still, you're probably
not in
pumped
your
on
bedroom.
oxygen.
It's not separate, but maybe it will be now.
Space.
What are they
Way
going
to
convert?
fuck up space fucking for everyone.
I know, Rick.
So what
You're
special room do they not need in an International Space Station? They're going to convert into a bed, a place to sleep,
right?
Because
probably
I would imagine they weren't like, here's the guest bedroom on the ISS.
They probably have the same. They probably have to sleep in the room with all the rest of them.
They just cut the numbers down.
Sleeping quarters.
If you went up with 5 scientists before, now you're only going up with 3, and there's 2 people there.
Yeah, maybe.
You just cut out some of the people, because we've had so many space flights, you know?
So leave them
they got people living on the fucking space station right now.
Well, Bill Gates is signing up for sure. No, he's got a heart thing. Maybe not.
We're probably going to Mars.
Can't imagine someone. Everyone that has a lot of. I mean, a lot of the people that have the money for that are older, so they're not going to actually be able to go.
A picture on 9gag recently of Bill Gates standing in line at the Dick's in Seattle.
Really?
Hands in his pockets, looking up at the menu.
Because no one knows. I mean, people know him, but he's not Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? He's not.
He's also not fucking rolling up in a Ferrari or something.
Yeah. He definitely has a nice car.
Yes, but he's not
a Tesla though.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he's not pulling up in a Bentley, a Rolls, a Bugatti. He's not pulling up in that kind of car.
You don't think he has the Rolls? Is it Phantom? Is that what it is? The Rolls Royce?
I'm willing to bet he does.
That's what it is called. It's a Wraith. That's what it is, right?
Yes, because he drives. A Rolls Royce is more of a car to be driven in.
That's true. That's true. You don't sit in the front seat of a Rolls.
Not the Wraith that has the ceiling that's made out of that has the LED lights that are stars.
Oh, I think the Wraith is the one. Yeah, the Wraith is the one.
Because
they made that to try and beat Bentley. Because Bentley was up there making cars like you're supposed to drive our car.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be fun to drive and luxurious.
Right. And they got crazy W12 engines.
Yeah,
and shit.
Supposed to be a monster engine, and it was super luxurious ride.
Dude, it's only 320K. It's nothing. It's 12 miles to the gallon in the city and 18 on the highway.
And the next one's the truck, man.
620
they got the Bentley SUV. Come on.
For that price, you could break 1,000 horsepower.
How do we circle back to fucking cars again? God damn it.
Okay. The Rolls Royce
I was just about to move on to video games. He came right back to it.
Dude, we were reading about the ISS. International Space Station.
So.
Alright, but you would do it for sure.
What?
Oh, yeah. Space? You don't have any...
Dude, everybody would do space.
No, they wouldn't. Flat Earthers would definitely not do space.
I feel like they would be the first people to do space.
I don't think that's true.
They should be the first people to do space. Fucking idiots.
Because they think that NASA is gonna put them somewhere and
no, it's just
something to make them think.
No, it's something about the windows too.
Oh, for sure.
Like they go up on a plane, they got secret windows to change how the shit looks. Right? It's like a fisheye lens on the window.
Oh, that makes sense.
How do you argue with this level of fucking?
No, dude, you're right. You're 100% right. You sold.
Do you have to let them build like the fucking thing and then?
You know my social security number, dude?
It's ridiculous. I don't know. Sorry. I've never been anti anything more than Flat Earth.
Really?
You understand?
I feel like it's the best one of all. Fuck Sasquatch, bro. Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Sasquatch is over the wall, man. It's over the wall.
There's no way.
I'm just saying.
I never actually heard the term squatching until I was here.
Hey, Squatcher.
It's because it's a Washington.
Shout out to Sasquatch.
That's what we're known for.
Shout out to Squatchers. No, I met a dude when I first
Old white
Squatchers
man.
are fucking weird.
Super cool dude. He was a few years older than me. and he was the first person I ever met who was had a gluten allergy. Now, he had celiac disease, and it looked like his skin was peeling off most of the time. He
Sounds
was
horrible.
Sounds
horrifically allergic.
Literally.
And the dude looked strange. Really, really, really cool dude. Super cool dude. Had all kinds of pictures and evidence and stuff on his computer from years of him going out and squatching with friends of his. They had, like, dedicated vehicles that they didn't drive normally that they kept put up.
Squatch evidence.
They're squatching vehicles, like
Squatching vehicles.
have tricked out, like big badass tricked out Jeeps and stuff, and they're driving a Kia to work every day so they can go make their squatching vehicle more capable to go out into the woods because that's
get that squatch money,
right? And he was all about it. He was all about it, and a real cool dude. And I had never even heard of a gluten intolerance. This was in like 2007 or maybe 8, and then shortly after
it was cool
that,
to be gluten intolerant.
Shortly after that, there's this huge wave of anti-gluten everything, and then all of a sudden there's gluten-free everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm happy for dude.
Yeah.
It's great for him. I mean, all of a sudden everyone has a gluten allergy when it was super rare right up until gluten was a buzzword.
Maybe it wasn't rare. Maybe they were just super quiet. The gluten intolerant weren't as loud as the lactose intolerant. They've been around for
They just weren't as smelly.
All right, they've been around for a long time.
Try throwing bread at him.
Made him run.
Right.
Is that
he had to make his own. He made his own beer.
Oh,
that's pretty dope.
He made a lot of his own stuff. He can make just about anything without gluten.
I was gonna say,
like
you can't
bread,
make
like anything. He can make just about anything with alternate ingredients that made it gluten free. But he had to be really careful, so he had to cook most stuff himself. But now there's all kinds of shit he can go out and get. There's a huge market for it now.
it's good.
People are paying for that shit. Is that hereditary?
Huh? I don't think his kids had it. He had kids.
Motherfucking gluten intolerance. Speaking of gluten intolerance, I just heard Walmart's trying to be able to deliver food inside to your house, just like Amazon did, whatever that was, 3 years ago.
Safeway has one.
Yeah, everybody delivers food.
Yeah,
but can they deliver it inside your house while you're not there? That's the weirdest fucking shit.
Ooh, no.
That's the weirdest shit.
Did you see that Bernie
and
Sanders?
They're like, oh, they're like a body cam, so you can like watch the whole thing live.
Did you see that Bernie Sanders crashed at a Walmart shareholders meeting?
Yeah, I didn't see the video.
I mean, I heard a little bit about it, but Jake went in there and was talking about him. Yeah.
No, they said something stupid. They had a cop-out.
Walmart doesn't pay their
they had a cop-out.
It's true.
A livable wage.
True. Their cop-out was the country should raise the minimum wage. They were pro raising the minimum wage, but they weren't going to pay more than the minimum wage.
Dude, all he's got to do is buy one share.
That's their...
literally, all he has to do is buy
one
share.
The problem is not with Walmart. It is with the fact that our minimum wage is so low in this country, and why Washington's minimum wage is so much higher than that. And even though Washington's minimum wage is much higher than federal minimum wage, most jobs in Washington pay more than Washington's minimum wage.
Most good jobs.
McDonald's does.
Yeah.
What? They pay minimum? They pay 15?
McDonald's starts at 14.
Not inside Seattle. Inside Seattle, it's 16.
Seattle, it's 15. Yeah, 15 or 16. SeaTac is definitely 15.
Seattle just raised their minimum 16. I think somebody went up to... I think Dick's actually went up to fucking 17.
But Dick's has the business. Have you ever been to Dick's and there not been a line of people just...
True.
I, for the longest time, hated going to Dick's Burgers because they didn't have barbecue sauce. They just don't have barbecue sauce, period. And then Dick's is famous for being a cash-only business. So you could not use credit cards at all. Now you can. And now they have barbecue sauce, so...
Ooh, didn't know that.
I still think Five Guys is better.
Is it house barbecue sauce?
Five Guys is better. Five Guys is better than Dick's. It is also significantly more expensive than Dick's.
Significantly? I don't know about significantly.
50% more.
I think it's exactly the same.
Dick's is like $3 or $4
you could not get a $10 burger at Dick's. If you could, I think it would be better than the Five Guys burger.
$10 burger at Five Guys.
Yeah,
Put all the toppings you want on it. It doesn't cost anything extra. You can't eat it if you put too many toppings on it.
It becomes a salad.
Right? You get a salad with some bread in it.
No, I want that double bacon and a bunch of extra toppings. And it's going to be like $10.
No, the extra toppings don't cost anything.
The meat does.
Yes, if you know what? So then you charge what you would charge for 2 burgers because you can't add meat at Dick's.
It's true.
So charge what you would charge for 2 burgers. It's still 50% more.
That's true.
You gonna introduce one? Uh-oh. You ain't never introduced the weed before. New segment.
Oh shit!
Because all I do is introduce this.
Dude, we actually got a new segment next week coming up next week. We're gonna start the what do we call it?
The hype train?
No, what do we call it? I don't know. Oh, the terrible news stories segment.
What
were we gonna call it? The terrible news stories segment. It's in rough. You know what? We're throwing things against the wall here. You know,
it all slides off.
Those words are involved somehow, and they describe various aspects of the wall of said wall.
No, you got to
said wall.
Say what it is.
I'm trying to figure out
what it is. Oh,
the weeds that we're smoking.
I don't even know how to read this fucking name.
Panacea.
Panacea Gold. Shit. Rosin stick.
Rosin. For those of you who don't know, rosin is a type of hash oil
I don't know, man.
that is just
just keep snoozing like
adding a whole bunch of pressure and heat to the bud until it just squishes the oil out.
Sounds sexy.
Squishy oil.
Is that how you do liposuction?
It's
going to squish the oil.
It's going to squish the oil out.
If you squeeze
the stomach hard enough,
it'll pop like a zip.
Yeah, it's liposuction for weed. Perfect. That's
right
what we're smoking right now.
Yeah.
What Brad Pitt stole in Fight Club to make soap with, we are doing the same thing, but with weed form. And only we sprinkled it on our joint.
Oh,
something like that.
Oh, it's also blueberry flavor.
Speaking of Fight Club.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Probably one of my top 3 movies of all time.
One of the most successful fighting games of all time.
I've never heard of it.
Did you know that it was developed entirely in 10 months by a team of 4 people? And that for the first 6 months it didn't even have a name?
Wow.
Combat.
It was released on Mortal Monday, September 13th, 1993. And on Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Sega Enterprises, Sega Genesis, and Game Gear, the Nintendo version completely omitted the blood that the game was known for. Completely made the game blood-free on Nintendo.
Blood-free. Everybody was so.
Sonic the Hedgehog was supposed to be a rabbit in a ball, but the ears were too hard to animate.
Oh, they're fucking up the new Sonic anyways.
Decided they wanted something that could roll into a ball, so they made it for an armadillo, and then later settled on a hedgehog.
Huh. Dude, I have a couple of weird facts like that.
I heard.
Subject.
You got a list of them? Did you not like any of them?
I flipped through a couple of them. They were, I don't know.
Pokemon's developing a new app called the Pokemon Sleep that will track players' sleep and use the data for game development or for gameplay. That's going to be a huge market besides that because it's a multi-billion-dollar market already, wearables. And it's only going to get bigger. But
that's a weird place to start.
5 Pokefacts you might not know.
Don't say Pokefacts ever again.
That's what it says on here. Okay.
I don't
BBC.
Pokemon,
I don't know.
I don't.
Okay. What do you think the first Pokemon ever created was?
Squirtle.
Yes?
No. It was either, what was it? It was Mew or Pikachu? One of those stupid ones? No. It was one of those first 3. Right?
It was the Rhino-like Rhydon, not Pikachu.
Disagree.
It's called Rhydon.
Rhydon. Okay.
Drowsy, the Dream Eater Pokemon, is based on a tapir, which, that makes sense. In South American folklore, the mammal would use its long snout to eat dreams as people slept.
That sounds fucking horrifying.
Do you know the name of Pokemon only came about because of a copyright violation during the creation of the game? Its original name was Capsule Monsters, before it was changed to Capumon, then Pokemon. And then the most sought-after Pokemon trading card is... Who did you get?
Charizard.
That is exactly what it is.
Really? Did we just drop this at the same time?
To this day is Charizard.
That's awesome. I can't believe we both dropped that.
I remember wanting Charizard, getting Charizard, being so happy about it. It's probably still in my parents' basement somewhere, or wherever, somewhere. And then that's still what people want. That's the number one sought after.
Of course it is, man. He was a beast.
Dude, he's the best character of all. Why would you start with Squirtle?
Okay, but a Squirtle would jump on him.
Actually, Squirtle was pretty dope. But what was the other one? The other one was the Ivysaur.
Bulbasaur? Yeah. Damn.
I'm just saying, the fire one is obviously better.
Rick's clearly chosen up here.
It's the best
a long
out of
time
all.
ago. That's okay. Next time on Pokefacts.
Tom Hanks campaigned to get the role of Mario in the Mario Brothers movie, but they were afraid he didn't have enough Hollywood clout at the time.
Damn.
He probably doesn't. Who? I'm not even sure I know who that guy is.
NES was the first video game controller to have a D-pad.
Oh.
Super Nintendo was the first to have left and right shoulder buttons. N64 was the first to have an analog joystick that you control with your thumb. And the company that developed the Wii Motion technology offered it to Microsoft and Sony first, both of who turned it down.
Dummies. Dude,
and now they're both using motion technology.
That is the story with Pepsi and Coke. Pepsi went to Coke and went, dude, look at this great product. And we went, your stuff is disgusting. Get it out of here. And he went, okay, cool.
It's true.
I circled this one.
All facts.
Surgeons that regularly play video games make 37% fewer errors and perform their tasks 27% faster than their peers.
Do you know they actually have...
That's not a lot, though. 27%.
They actually have video games developed specifically for surgeons to for their hand dexterity.
Surgeons are just fucking weird body nerds.
No, it's specifically designed for the hand-eye coordination of what it would do with the robot.
What is the longest supported online game ever? You can still play it online right now. It's still supported.
Either that fucking Penguin one or...
Online.
Longest last. Longest supported online game ever.
No. Wow.
That stupid life one.
Ever.
The life ones. One of those fucking weird-ass life ones.
More.
20 years.
Okay, well, that's 2000. The fuck was I playing online in
99.
SOCOM?
Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike? Yeah.
Diablo.
Oh, that was good. Those are games that came out online right when the internet was coming out.
I was probably 7th or 8th grade when we played Diablo for the first time. I think that's when it came out. Yeah, that would have been around 2000.
I think people protested that game too.
Oh no!
How many games have been protested?
Oh god!
You guys remember Modern Warfare? Where you're going through the airport?
Yeah.
That shit was controversial, right? It got banned. Banned in different countries for that fucking...
Yeah, well, everything. I mean, look at the Exorcist.
Take that as a compliment if I'm a
That
video
is
game
crazy,
maker.
though.
They said, your shit looks so real, it's banned in my country.
Literally.
I put that like an award on my wall.
You mean every single Grand Theft Auto ever made?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they get banned too?
Mm-hmm.
Always, every time.
Every country that sent me a letter that said they were banning me, that's an award on my wall.
God,
I'm going to hang that shit up.
I don't know if they did or not, but what would have been hilarious is that every country that did ban them, the next iteration of the game, they should have just like included some shit about that game, like in the background, the boss has like this giant symbol. It's some weird country that banned it. What would be a country that banned it? Iran. Do you have like an Iranian flag in the background just randomly somewhere?
Yeah. Yep. You know what? Tell you somebody who did that. Back to cars.
Full circle.
Dodge, with their Challenger Demon.
Yeah.
It came out, and because it ran a sub 10 second quarter mile, the NHRA, National Hot Rod Association, that governs most racing, specifically drag racing, said this does not qualify as a production car because of its numbers. Basically, because it's too fast, it does not qualify as a production car and cannot run on our tracks as a production car. And Dodge put this out, that letter from them saying your car is too fast. They put that as a full-page ad next to a picture of the same car burning out and popping a slight wheelie with a thing that said, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like that's what you do, man.
That's called marketing.
NHRA says your car's too fast, you wear that shit like a badge.
It's true.
And the car's wicked fast.
So you're just suggesting the game to get wilder and wilder. Right?
Yeah.
Is this the spiral we're headed down? Because what's going to be the wild game?
You couldn't...
the most inappropriate game that has ever existed. South Park. I played the Stick of Truth, and that is the most inappropriate game that I have ever seen.
Okay,
I did not play the Fractured But Whole.
Like the commercial game? Because I'm sure there's some like weird ass random stuff that's
something that you could play on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Yeah, so more of a mainstream game.
Not a Japanese only game.
Yo, I'm just saying, we gotta narrow it down.
Now, if you go to Japanese only games, there's some crazy shit I haven't studied. I don't go to that part of the web.
It's like I don't know what it is, but I promise you, we don't know what it is.
Right, but like, have you played
the South Park
Stick of Truth?
Game.
Yeah, all this weird shit. And that's my point.
Can you imagine a more inappropriate game?
Yes.
There's a boss battle.
Several.
Where you
I just named one.
Are...
What?
What is that boss you described?
Modern Warfare running through an airport. That is way worse.
Early in the Stick of Truth, you fight a boss battle while you're shrunk down to underpants gnome size, and you fight this boss battle on your parents' bed while they're having sex over you. And at the end of the boss battle, you have to dodge your dad's balls, like Matrix style, and then finish off the boss and get off the bed. And that is not close to the most inappropriate thing that happens in that game. That just happens early.
That's not that bad.
That's fucking Randy.
That's not that bad, right? Am I wrong?
No.
I'm wrong. Then running through an airport, just mowing people down. That is way worse. Way worse.
For as far as
games
down
go,
tiny, and God, this is awful.
Yeah.
Sure,
it's sexual. Sure, it's scarring, but it's not.
No, it's pretty scarring.
It's not.
It's hard to recount. It's hard to even say it.
There are full videos on YouTube you can watch.
I don't want to watch.
But tell us about it.
So
he's been scarred.
I have. So they shrink you down tiny again, and they put you up Big Gay Al's ass.
Okay.
Or is it Mr. Slave? Mr. Slave. They put you up Mr. Slave's ass. To go to try to recover something. And you go along, and there's all kinds of little things stuck to the walls, objects, TV remotes, all like random stuff. Okay. There are several walls of some like film, some like white film that you have to break through, and there's like, and you go through it. It never exactly defines what that is, but it's pretty obvious what they're going for. You find Mr. Hat in there. You find all kinds of like toys and things as you traverse.
So are we still talking about South Park, or are we talking about that sex party you guys used to go to for a long time?
No, that was the theme.
Shout out to Sexy Date Night.
The South Park was the
Sexy
theme.
Date Night. That's what I mean.
It was the theme of the sex.
I just want to make sure. No, it is an amazing game. It's a fun game, man. I mean, if you like those kinds of games.
And that's my point. Okay,
I played every
these
bit
games
of it.
are going to keep going. Though.
Well, it's a turn-based RPG.
It's turn-based RPG.
If you like a turn-based RPG, it's a good game.
Where's it end?
With the second game.
Mm-hmm.
God, Canada is crazy, though.
Yeah. You go to Canada, and Canada's
a whole other world.
You can't just blame Canada.
You can.
If you in this game, you can.
You can 100%. You do.
Yeah.
You do many things. I mean, why wouldn't you? Who cares about Canada?
Well,
I mean, I don't think Canadians care
shout out to our
Canada.
Canadians.
Sorry. Love Canada.
Did you know they have the sorry
They're
law?
doing a lot of stuff right.
There's like a sorry law.
Yeah.
That you cannot.
Sorry clause.
That
saying I'm sorry is not an admission.
It sounds like a Canadian Santa Claus.
It is.
It is. Yeah. What color do you think Canadian Santa Claus would be, though?
Purple.
It's gotta be, right? What other color would they be?
Why purple?
Definitely purple.
Well, because there's no sun up there. So, when you have no sun, you become purple. That's what David thinks.
Is this what happened?
I've been letting him believe this for 10 years. Keep going with it, buddy. Yes, they turn purple.
Alright.
I read this in the list, but I've known this for a while. The PlayStation was born because Nintendo threw it away. Sony and Nintendo got together to make a system, and halfway through development, Nintendo went, never mind, we don't want to do this anymore. And Sony went, well, we put all this energy into it, we're going to develop the system, and made the PS1.
Nice.
Which was technically Nintendo's throwaway. And they're bad. It's pretty
that
terrible.
Been something.
I didn't
PS1?
I didn't like PS1.
Really?
PS1 was... The PS2 as well.
You know what? I liked the N64 over the PS1 because I got big old ass hands. And that big controller was comfortable for me. But if I hadn't had abnormally, like...
I think they have surgery for that in the book.
That's weird.
I'm just saying
freakishly large
hand surgery?
You can fix that.
You don't need to fix that. Hand surgery?
You can get them bigger.
That's weird too.
I don't know. If you really want to join the Guinness Book of Record, you just need money.
And
that's cheating though. You can't do that.
You can. You have to pay to be in the Guinness Book of Record.
In the old Super Mario Brothers, the clouds and the bushes are the same thing.
Oh shit. Oh, they got me.
One's green, one's white.
Those sons of bitches.
That's good. It's good money.
Yeah. And the top is just a mushroom. Sons of bitches.
Good money. It's a 2D game. It's just more in-depth thing.
They reused some stuff, but they made it look good.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
What?
DMA Designs.
What didn't you know?
DMA Designs is a company best known for lemmings, or at least they were. After creating body harbors for the N64, DMA became Rockstar North and produced GTA 3.
Nice. Rockstar took over.
Crazy.
That makes sense because the first two GTAs were very, very different than each other.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very different. And the third, equally different.
But the Konami code from Contra is all first appeared in Gradius. I didn't realize that. I thought it was only from Contra. Everybody's heard about. Did you ever play E.T. for the Atari? Did you ever play an Atari? E.T. was an awful game.
It's the worst game of all time.
Right. Widely believed to be the worst.
Yeah.
It actually sold 50% more copies than Space Invaders.
Really?
It sold 1.5 million. Space Invaders only sold 1 million.
They just found a working copy of the E.T. game. Now it's a collector's item.
Hey everybody, I really do hope you love Seattle Smoke Show podcast. Did you know that you can actually get paid just for listening to this podcast? I know it sounds insane, but it's true. We just discovered this free new app called Podcoin, and it literally pays you to listen to podcasts. Here's how it works. You listen to podcasts and you earn Podcoin while you listen. Then you turn that Podcoin in for gift cards at places like Amazon or Starbucks. Or if you're a good person, you could even donate that Podcoin to charity. The more you listen, the more you earn. So here's what you do. Download the app right now on iPhone or Android, and I have a special code for you. Simply use our code SMOKESHOW, that's SMOKESHOW, and you'll get 300 Podcoin just for signing up. And if you listen to enough of us on there, you can get a cappuccino at Starbucks or an Amazon gift card on us. So go ahead and listen to this podcast or virtually any podcast on Podcoin and sign up with the code SMOKESHOW. I swear it'll change the way you listen to podcasts. The same person who voiced Princess Peach and Toad is also Cortana from Halo.
Oh, that's dope. There you go.
That was my last fact.
There we go. That was good.
That makes sense.
That was good.
Mario and Halo are directly.
Is that?
It's perfect.
I don't know. I wonder if Cortana is the same in all of the Halo.
It was on the last page of that one.
All right. Well, back to my side beef. Okay.
Your side beef.
Mm-hmm.
You have a side beef?
New segment. Okay.
All right. New segment.
Oh, shit.
New segment. Hate it or love it.
Hate it or love it.
Okay.
I hate it already.
You got a ball
Select a size, paper towels.
I love it. I can use 1.5 paper towels then instead of having 2. I love it.
Instead of just having one large paper towel.
Yeah,
does anybody have large paper towels anymore? Can you buy them?
I like one.
Nah, I like the select this because really with paper towels you pull it out however far you need it and you tear it off. Select the size just means there are fewer tears.
No, but if you know you have bigger ones, I feel like one goes further. Yeah.
Yeah.
One large one goes further than 2 small.
I would say. If you get like the straight up cardboard they fucking give you at some places, cheap shit, barely like get your hands dry at all. Like maybe you need like 10 of those. But if they give you a decent one, you really only need 1 or 2. If you use the method that I saw on this TED Talk one time.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's true.
He did
I still use
talk.
it.
I don't know why, but dude, it's like a 1.5 minute talk, and this guy's like, dude, there's this reason why that folding the paper towel in half does this thing, but he's like, it's too long to explain. I don't have that much time. So basically, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go over and wash your hands, blah blah blah. You shake it 12 times because 12.
Yeah. Specifically, you go 1, 2, 3, 4,
you
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
12.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he's like, any side, one paper towel, and then you fold it in half, and you get one side with one hand, you flip the paper towel over, and you do the other hand, and hands dry.
But you have to get the paper towel and fold it in half, and then dry your hand.
Yeah, you can't do
it.
I'm
telling you.
I don't know why.
How big is the paper towel?
Dude, he
does it with like 6 or 7 different sizes. Yeah. He tries it over and over. He dips his hands in water.
He takes like that
while he's talking.
Yeah, he goes to 6 or 7 different locations, gets different size paper towels they just pre-give you, and then he takes the smallest one. He's like, even this one's too big, and tears it in half, and does that.
Pretty dope.
He's talking about how much, how people are conscious of what they waste, but nobody thinks about that. Like in a bathroom when you're washing your hands.
No, that's true, because I literally get like 3 pulls.
And that's a huge amount of paper waste.
But people get 3 times or more of what they actually need. When it's a little thing, sometimes
that's called consumerism.
Right? Okay, because it's free.
Glorious.
But nobody thinks about how much paper waste that is.
It's true.
When each person is using 3, 4, 5 times what they need.
Yeah. I don't know why.
We just need to figure out how to make paper towels.
I don't even remember the guy's name. He's like an old guy. He has like a white beard. To this day, I still remember that.
I don't know him, but what he said stuck with.
That's a good TED Talk, though. I like that.
Use it.
I like that.
I use it, and it works.
He goes into stuff, and he's like, dude, and I'll explain
12
why.
times,
He goes in his little thing.
What's his name, man? You guys got
It's too much. There's too much here. I can't explain all this. Just do it. Watch.
He says there's a lot of reasons why he uses the number 12.
12 times.
He says his favorite reason that he gives is that it's the largest number you can say with one syllable.
Which is a good one.
That's good. Fuck. Alright, well, you guys convinced me. Fuck is that talk? Because that worked.
Yeah. Joe Smith. And he doesn't have a beard. Right? But his name's Joe Smith.
Whoever Joe Smith is has a beard.
There you go. I'm still talking about that one.
This guy. Joe Smith.
Joe Smith. Paper towel guy.
Yeah, technically we could play this whole thing and listen to it. But
yeah. That's all you need to do. Give me a shout. He's good.
But I can't. You can't do it on YouTube.
You can fucking pour yourself out for that.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to our Instagram one more time. seattlesmokeshow.
We're gonna watch people look at that shit.
So, you ever get just great news?
Yeah.
I mean,
every once in a while.
not usually.
I thought
that
when he had to leave here in half an hour, that I was going to have to immediately take you, come back, and go to this food bank over by where Casey works, pick up a bunch of food there, go pick Casey up from work, and bring her back home. I just found out through a short series of texts with my ringer off that
newbie.
Oh god.
That not only do I not have to go to the food bank because it is closed today, but I don't have to pick her up either because through the course of all that, she had arranged for herself a ride home. So my level of responsibility just went way down. I got way less shit I got to do today.
Sounds like you need another
beer.
beer.
The only thing I got to do all day is take you home.
Yeah.
So as long as you can, do you got a curfew? Do you got a curfew?
I have at least. Let me count them.
You got a curfew?
Yes.
He has a little bit of one.
Eventually.
When's eventually?
He's probably got to do that. I don't know.
After all these beers are destroyed. Yeah.
There you go.
But what is dope is this fucking piece we're smoking out of. It's a new one.
So when are you going to get your engine put in your...
We're putting it around.
How long's that?
And by we're putting it in, I mean we're taking out the old one right now.
So the rape van died.
Oh god.
He said the radiator...
You have no ride at all?
Yeah, so the radiator blew.
I towed my car home.
Till how long?
Indefinitely.
Well, get the blazer running.
You
got 2 days.
Yeah.
You got 36 hours.
Yeah. No, it's going to be more than that.
Oh, you got this. You do it.
I can loan you a car. It's a pain in the ass to drive. It's got legal plates on it, no insurance.
I might need that car.
I got it. Yeah, it's shit to drive. Oh, it's shit.
There's no suspension.
I'll take you for a ride.
It's an air ride suspension.
Is it a manual?
It's all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good on it, though.
The only thing wrong with it is horrible fuel economy, and the suspension is set all the way down on the frame. It won't come up.
Okay.
And it's like an adjustable air ride suspension. It's just,
it's
flat.
Like bags that are flat?
Yep.
But he might.
Okay.
The bags in the front are flat. And the weight of the engine, because it's a, multi-turbo V6, is it set all the way on the frame.
That's fucking rough. Alright, well, yeah, literally.
You may not have to drive home.
We'll take a ride in a little bit and see if you feel like this is something you could...
Why is it extra, though? Why is it the second car?
Because the suspension is such shit, I don't want to drive it, so I went and got another car off Craigslist. Okay. And the other car runs fine. I'm only using this car to...
It's like $3,000 to fix the suspension. The air-ride suspension.
The suspension is stupid expensive. It's not worth... It was much cheaper for me to buy another car than to fix the suspension on that car. So I'm ignoring the suspension on that car because it runs fine otherwise.
Yeah.
Everything is great. It's super comfortable, except that it shakes the shit out of you like that all the time when you're driving it. But, I mean, if you need something to use for a short term while you fix your truck, you can do that probably. Unless I tell my wife and she goes, no, absolutely not. And then maybe absolutely not. But but maybe. And like I said, it's a pain in the ass to drive. Yeah. It shakes the shit out of you. But honestly, when it snowed the worst around here, I took it all the way up to fucking Monroe, all over the place, down everywhere, and it was fine with the suspension all the way down, just shaking the shit out of us, but never lost traction, drove like shit.
But here's the thing. When was the last time you drove that car?
Day before yesterday.
The Audi?
Yeah. Where did you drive it to? Casey drove it to Safe on that. That's all we've been using it for. I've been calling it her car and trying to get her to drive some, and she's driven it a few times. That's cool. Trying to get her back used to driving. Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
I've been using it for.
Why doesn't she drive your car?
It's the manual.
Manuals are really hard now to find. It's tough. You have something that's gonna like kick our butt before we gotta end this?
Well,
what are you bringing out?
God, this is dangerous.
This is the Yokan XL quad coil. And I'm about to drop some concentrate of some type in it.
Throw it up on our screen.
Put some sour.
Put a picture of it. Put all that.
Look at him whoring.
I like how you had it, and then put the concentrate next to it. See all of it. You can look all pretty.
Look at Rick whoring.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do apparently. Whoring it up.
Oh god, he's the best whore.
What?
Yeah, you're the best whore.
Say it again. Say it into the mic so actually everybody can hear you. So it's just
you're the best whore.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Okay. The best at whoring.
Mama, I won.
I don't know if that's taking
I'm the best at something.
Yeah.
They said I was number one.
They didn't take a single picture.
Never takes.
Dude, you literally just gotta hit the photo.
I did 3 times.
Dude, no way.
Plat.
I just hit it once.
And it said push hold. It said hold to record.
You don't want
hold to record. Hold to record.
Is there a video?
Every time I clicked it, it just said hold to record.
R.I.P. Honestly, it's
R.I.P. for me.
R.I.P. Our high.
Beer number 3.
Alright, Instagram fail on David.
This fucking guy. So now we smoke some crazy shit. Yeah. He says that, right?
Yeah.
Technically?
Yeah, crazy just doing a hot down.
Techno Lotto?
Yes. You electric that.
This is, yep.
It's electric.
Dude, I like it. Is that your new intro song? Or outro song?
Yeah.
You're working on that beat?
Let's bring it in. Can we buy the rights to that?
Very good. No.
Just now, as he was working the sub.
Yeah.
Over there. It's like, hey, what are your prices? And they gave me a number. Yeah. We're gonna change every third beat.
Yeah.
Or every third note to something different. Yeah. To make it unsimilar.
And put it a little off, huh?
Is it E or be E flat?
Yeah,
exactly. Doesn't sound exactly.
Alright. So, you gotta try to hold this straight up and down.
Yeah.
Because that'll make the concentrate spread out evenly across the board. It's gonna give you a pretty quick, pretty fat. Damn it. What I'm saying is, hit it like a champ. Hit it like it owes you.
Like I owed you money.
You didn't get nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Rip it. What are you doing? Rick. Hold up and down. Rick Thaddeus Johnson Jordan.
Yeah.
The 4th.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take a hit. I don't think you got anything.
Oh, God. That was a lot.
I think he's about to die. His eyes just squinted all the way shut.
No, I'm good.
He went full.
Yeah. What are you going to say there? What are you going to say there, David?
Person laughing in their sleep.
Oh, is that
yeah. Rick just zombified himself. Instant.
Why? What were you thinking?
You were going to say something racist.
Oh, God.
Of course, you immediately think racism. You're from Virginia.
Good point. That is a good point. My high school, there were girls that all the time had Southern Pride, Confederate t-shirts on.
There were definitely not girls like that in my senior class.
Time. And some of them were Nazis. And a lot of them dated black guys while they wore that shit.
Well, it was all black girls and black guys in high school, so none of them had Confederate tattoos or t-shirts.
There were a bunch of black guys that dated white chicks, and the white chicks would have Confederate stuff on. No big deal then. At least at that point. Well, they were also probably tapping it, so they didn't care.
That's probably true, too.
So
there's always somebody on the law.
I'm just saying.
Always.
Oh my god. How big is you, I bet?
These guys are both dying over here.
Oh! Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, I refuse to destroy my lungs like that.
Like you're scared of it. You should be a little scared of it.
I'm not.
It's hard to take a big boy.
I just don't want that.
Stabs are making me just so conservative.
That
I don't know what's happening. Oh, Mike Huckabee.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta stop hitting this. Oh my god.
It's starting to get hot now, too. Motherfuckers smoking the shit out of it.
Oh, Mike Pence's sister. I don't... Man.
What? Your sister?
It's more personal. His sister. I don't know, maybe. She'd be conservative. My guess.
Bill Clinton's mistress.
He's probably conservative now. The party of Bill. You know what? I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna exit stage right, I think.
Shit.
That has destroyed me. I am undone.
Undone.
I believe in you.
No. Even you took a relatively vaginal hit that time.
No, it's because it got hot.
It's
burning my lips.
It's got hot.
We probably broke it.
Probably did, but I mean, that's what you should do.
I'm really fucking stoned right now.
Yeah. I'll let you absolutely do that. What'd you bring?
That's what I do.
You got any topics?
I already gave you more. You know what I got? I got old school topics.
Old school topics.
Old school topics.
So, do you think the U.S. ran in front of the Russian warship?
Oh God! Really?
No. I know it's everything that's on the news right now. I don't give a
shit.
Nintendo of America is the majority owner of the Seattle Mariners.
I think I knew that.
There's a headquarters in Redmond.
Before Resident Evil 4, Capcom created 4 different versions of the game. One of the scrapped versions eventually became Devil May Cry.
Oh, it's a low-key game.
Not that many people have played it, I feel like, though.
You know what
Devil
I played?
May Cry?
I played the first one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, there's like there's some
6.
I think there's
5,
6, 7 somewhere in there.
I think so.
But I played like 1.
Played a couple of them.
In Metal Gear Solid 3, players can save their game at the beginning of the fight with the end, change the PS2's clock to a week later, resume the battle, and the end will be dead from old age.
That's weird.
Huh. They're cheaters, right?
Yeah.
They do that?
You're pretty much hacking that one.
In Super Mario 64, Boo's Laugh is a sped-up version of Bowser's Laugh.
Boo's?
Boo.
Huh.
Hooker facts.
Is that
Yeah.
those dabs
Okay.
cool down here? Where's your brain still Fred? Dude, have you guys seen, fuck, I can't remember the movie. It just went away. It was like a bird. It was like a bird. It flew, like, right past me, and I was like, oh, shit, that movie. And then it was like,
nope.
Pigeon. Like a pigeon flying through the sky, majestically. Like pigeons do.
Over the horizon.
And a beautiful sunset, trees in the background, only to get killed minutes later by a bald eagle. Or some kind of hawk. But in that moment, it was on top of the world.
Yeah.
Very well. Beautiful pigeon.
Beautiful pigeon.
I missed something about a beautiful pigeon.
Yeah.
How the dabs work now.
Which brings me back to zoos. Okay.
Zoos.
How
I
much
have a membership?
It's actually still really.
How much better would zoos be if it was just like a big ass dome, put all the animals out there?
They would just eat each other,
and you're out there in like a cage, just like on top of.
They
the
would
back
just
of a
eat
car.
each other, and
So
you would
you're,
have
like,
a few
safe,
predators.
And you're just out there.
So
You
you're
have a few
halfway
predators.
right. Like what they do is they group the animals together that don't eat each other.
Yeah.
And they go, cool, you guys can chill out here together.
Okay, that'd be cool too. You could have two places.
Yeah, they do. They have like a safari. So you walk into like
Circle,
say
cut it in
the
half.
Woodland Park too.
But I still want all the other animals to be in there.
Yeah, but they're
beefing.
not.
You need to have like a beef section.
A beef section, dude. I actually went to the.
I mean
Zoo.
beef like
No, so I went
Urban
to the,
Dictionary beef.
I went to the Portland Zoo, and I haven't seen this really at other zoos. Maybe the zoo near you does it. I don't know. But they had signs out that was like, "This is animal feeding time. You are gonna see
nice
carcasses." And there's just like an animal carcass chilling on the ground that they're eating. They just like throw it out there. So
you gotta feed them. If you got tigers, you gotta feed them something.
They have a bunch of different animals, and they just throw a carcass out there, and they eat it. It's like
right by that sign.
maybe not right there, but I mean, it's in view. I mean, it's clearly there.
Yeah, because their whole life is in view. Yeah,
it's like that's a baby cow. All right, cool. I guess. All right. I mean, that's what it is.
It's savagery.
For real.
So, like I was saying, full zoo. Okay.
They also have that in safari encounters. Why don't you just go to Africa, bro?
Safari.
You just go to Africa, we go on a safari, and then all of your dreams come true.
Okay.
They all live in the same area.
Done
and you just, like, drive around.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh, look, a cheetah. And then you, like, drive around some more, and then, like, oh, look, a lion. And then you drive around some more, and, oh, look, a zebra. And that's $20,000.
20 grand. See? Too much. Zoo, way cheaper.
Yeah, agreed. Which
Come
is why
on.
they're segregated. We segregate animals.
We have to, apparently.
I'm pro-segregating animals.
I guess so. Some of them.
I'm pro-segregation in that way. In zoos.
In zoos.
Well, specifically
pro-zoo segregation.
And for the other animals.
Yeah, for the safety.
To clarify.
For the safety of the animals.
You want a ringtone now?
Yeah.
My voice.
I'm going to make it a ringtone.
You should. No, don't do that.
Definitely. You can send us clips, please.
We're going to sell for $9.99.
Yeah.
Is that cool now?
A little.
A little? Do you like power hit it?
How much do you like these Varniers I brought you?
Big power?
Varnier?
Yeah. This vitamin R.
It's not bad.
Yeah. It's cold.
Cold. Tastes like basic beer.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. You don't want to try this Big Ballard because it's going to be too hoppy, too flavorful for your ass. Okay?
Gotta have drunk water.
I know. Something. I keep trying to turn you into spicy mayo. You're just being mayo right now.
Mayo's a little too spicy for him, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like weed that tastes like hay either.
He needs butter and nothing else.
Butter's okay.
Butter's good. Mayo is too much spice. It's too much that oil. A little too flavorful.
Yeah.
It's the egg white.
It is the is that what it is? The egg whites.
That's probably usable.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm about to die.
R.I.P.
This is like our last statement.
R.I.P. everybody.
R.I.P. the podcast. This episode. We need an outro. Shout out to you if you're listening this far in the podcast because we need an outro.
You're freaking cool if you listen this far. I went to Jiffy Lube for a top off today. And right after the dude filled up my oil, I was like, "Hey, bro, you smoke weed?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Here," and gave him one of the samples out of my thing.
Damn, it's pretty savage.
If you were in any other state, they would arrest you. Well, not in the other state, but most
you're allowed
states,
to get weed.
Not in any other state.
In this state, you are.
Nice, but you only have an ounce on you. It's kind of whack.
Well, I didn't have an ounce on me. I had like 4 grams on me, and I gave him one.
And you can't grow it yourself.
I think you can.
It's illegal. It's legalish. Okay,
look. Can you grow?
I think you can.
What are the rules on growing?
No, you
have
can
to have a medical license.
Yeah,
and you can grow 16 plants.
Yeah, but you think which they didn't change.
That's a lot. 16 plants is a lot.
It is, and you pay $100 for said license. So that's the law. Mm-hmm. So for $100, you can grow 16 plants. You can't grow. For $100, you can grow 16 plants. $100 a year.
Yeah. And that's been going down. I remember it was only medical.
You're still also paying for electricity costs. Those LED lights are not cheap. And now you're talking
the weed's not cheap.
Look, the same people who are growing their own are coming to my store and buying it and getting a slight medical discount.
Right.
They're still paying their taxes in.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They're still coming to my store and buying weed frequently.
We're paying those taxes in cash.
They can come to me and buy post-processed weed that's already been
done,
trimmed and packaged, pre-rolled, edibles, concentrates. They can come get all of that from me, and they don't have to process it any further of their own than to just trim it and use it.
Right. Their shit's going to be done in a couple of weeks. No big deal.
Right. And nobody's growing now to sell. Right. It's not profitable. You're not going to make any money doing that.
Because the people who are growing big time. The people who really like to grow, they kept growing, and they kept growing.
They were doing very good at it and making very much money. They probably started
Yeah.
a grow-op.
A co-op.
That is...
Where you just get 3 or 4 of the homies who also get green cards, and they say, okay, I'm going to put my green card up on your wall, and that means I'm here too. And so your 16 plants turns into more plants. And the more friends you have with cars...
You start a business.
Yeah.
You don't start,
but you're allowed to do that. You can start co-ops.
You start a business selling to retailers instead of selling to...
You're allowed to be a co-op, though.
Why don't they allow you to build a business and sell to yourself?
Why would you sell to yourself in the first place? It just smells like money laundering.
Yeah, it does.
Why do you have to smell?
I'm sorry, man.
Genius?
Yeah,
right?
People do that shit.
So in Florida, open a bank.
Yeah, because I read the Panama Papers. Okay, get that. Oh god, yeah, it's not that hot anymore.
I mean, I think if you hit this enough, it'd probably take you on DMT like trips.
Doubt it. You'd have to put some DMT in there. Have it take you on some DMT trips.
You didn't tell me that's what it was?
Oh yeah.
No, I would know.
Yeah, we would have known.
Bye, buddy.
We would have known long before.
Yeah, I would have.
I would have been a really interesting podcast, I gotta say. Or a really dumb one.
Yeah.
So you're like, time for... Like it would have been.
Yeah. And then when I came back, though, I'd be like, hey, dog.
Nah, I wouldn't slip you nothing.
Shit's crazy. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't slip you nothing. If I was going to give you something, I'd ask if you want it. If you don't, more for me.
That's a good policy. Yeah. That's the best policy I have on drugs.
It is the best policy.
And that's why you think there should be legal. Son of a bitch, you goddamn hippie. You know why? Because I think a bunch of them should be legal, but not all of them.
Agreed.
There's a few too many. I gotta play centrist this time. Look at Rick agreeing with me now. I gotta play centrist this time.
Too many.
Because I'm not saying outlaw them all, but I'm not saying do them all.
I mean, at least make versions of them that are not so addictive.
No.
If you're gonna do it.
There's no way.
Come up with a version that's not, like, gonna make you deadly
They're
addicted.
just medical now.
No, but you don't just give people heroin.
Yeah, what do you think Oxycontin is?
Well, yeah, but
what do you think? Okay. What do you think Oxycontin is?
With any given drug,
no. Medically, after 10 days, you are addicted. Your body is addicted.
Okay, and they keep prescribing you. They keep prescribing
15 days worth. Cigarettes, actually.
That's fine.
10 days. 10 days.
It's faster than that.
That's fine, but it's not. You don't use cigarettes for medical use.
Not anymore.
No,
back in the 50s, you did.
Supervision of a doctor where you were cut off at a certain time. You use them everywhere, all over the place, and any corner store is willing to sell them to you.
Sure.
Well,
they're pretty hard to put down. I don't know if you've noticed.
I don't. I've never smoked once, except for an hour and a half ago. It's been a while since I smoked, bro.
Yeah. You quit a while back, like an hour and a half ago.
It's horrible.
I think your quitting plan's gonna fail. I think you're gonna pick them back up. But for now,
what's the plan? What's the plan? There was a plan.
Already picked back up.
Who's the What?
No plan.
No plan. It's not in my ear right now.
The plan fizzled. What?
Damn.
Here we go.
Still
real time hours.
Chiefing right along.
It's the after hours.
Have you guys watched Designated Survivor on Netflix?
No.
I watched like 4 episodes. I cannot tell if I like it or not. But there's 3 seasons of it. I haven't watched it in a little bit, but I got new roommates. It's so hard to have a TV and stuff.
Right.
But it's not that bad of a show. It's not terrible.
That's why.
The guy is way too dramatic. He's the guy from 24. And a Designated Survivor is basically during the State of the Union when the president gives his address. They designate a cabinet member called the Designated Survivor, just in case something were to happen.
Yeah.
Where everybody
that
got
shit's been out. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I just
you seen Chernobyl?
What it is. Dude, I have not seen Chernobyl, but as soon as the full season drops, I'm going to watch it.
Come on, man.
Full season's out. 1 full season's out.
I think they're dropping new episodes. There's more than 3 episodes.
There's like 7.
We just resurrected a new series that we didn't even know we had. It's called the HBO segment.
I don't have HBO anymore. I'm one of those that went bye-bye Game of Thrones, bye-bye HBO.
Wow, really?
So
you can bootleg it anyways. You can bootleg it.
He only got it.
I don't endorse bootlegging it, but
they want to charge me $15 a month for 1 fucking channel.
To be fair, he only got it for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So
no,
he would have canceled it.
That's disrespectful to HBO, and I fuck with HBO.
Anyways.
That's all I'm saying.
I fuck with HBO.
How much you pay a month for it?
$0.
There you go. So fuck HBO. They want to charge me $15 a month.
I pay for
That's
it.
not bad.
I pay an extra $15 a month to keep HBO.
I pay $10 for Spotify.
I pay $15
for Spotify,
and I use Spotify.
Hey, I pay for Hulu and I pay for Showtime and I pay for something else.
I got one of those for free. No, I got
and
Hulu
when the
for free.
Disney drops, I'm going to pay the $5.99 that Disney pays.
If it was $5.99, I'd take it. If it was anything less than $10 a month, I would begrudgingly take it. But at about $6, $7, $8 a month, absolutely, I'd pay that. $15 a month, it's not worth that.
How much do you pay for Netflix?
It's because you get movies too. Because the movies
it's over the amount.
Netflix has got a
hell
of a lot more than HBO.
What?
Yeah, a hell of a lot more. I've looked at both of them.
Total content.
Total content, yes.
Worth? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because the shit, because the shit HBO brings you is all heat.
Sopranos, fire.
It's all heat.
Fucking Game of Thrones, fire. Fucking
The Wire, fire.
The Wire, fire.
All of it. Barry, fire.
Dude, Barry's fucking that's a great show, actually.
I forget the other ones.
Ballers. Ballers is fucking dope.
Ballers.
I mean,
come on.
You're talking about
what was the other one?
all of television.
Fuck, what was the other one?
Yes, they have good stuff.
Entourage, man. Come on.
Dude, Entourage.
Good stuff, but you're comparing it against
Silicon Valley?
television.
Please, you would love Silicon Valley.
Emmy award-winning shows that consecutively win and are great shows.
Yeah. HBO brings hitters.
Keep pumping out.
Hitters. They bring hitters.
It's not.
Dude, hitters.
It's not worth $15 a month.
It is.
Come on, tell you.
It is.
It's Barry Bonds when he was doped up and nobody knew.
Dude, real sports talk. Dude, you really like Bill Maher. It's not a segment we have. Yeah. You gotta hear what he says. You can, Bill Maher?
Oh my god.
I'm saying you can watch Bill Maher.
Bill Maher is the oldest leftist person that I've ever met that's still famous.
Sometimes on the show.
He's stoned.
And I feel like he's a bit of a sellout.
He's a bit of a sellout.
He's a bit of a centrist. He's a bit of a Joe Biden. If I will.
He's not. Yeah, but he's getting more.
You know what's funny? Hey, you know what's funny? The turnaround. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago,
the
Joe Biden memes were top tier, best memes ever. Right now, Joe Biden memes horrible, terrible, trash for Joe Biden. Yeah. That's the quickest turnaround for you.
Remember when
he had the most golden memes.
Dude, when he was leaving
in the White House and shit, like with Obama, he had the most clowning memes, and then not anymore.
The best.
Not anymore. Turnaround. That's true.
Shit. We're gonna do an outro.
I know. Our outro's gonna be me cracking a beer in a minute.
Yeah, go in a second.
Yeah, you did.
Business things. Business people see business things.
That's got me.
What's up? Yeah, since it's great anymore. Who's got the beatbox?
Here we go.
Did that record any of that?
Yeah, that's us leaving.
Did you get it at all into the mic, or are you about to play some copyrighted material right now?
Yeah. I'm about to. I want to play some copyrighted material by us.
I hope the mic caught it.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Seattle Smoke Show. Brought to you by This is a Podcast Comedy Network.
Comedy Network. I like that.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Yeah.
Peace.
You win.